of our fantastic committee members, amazing community member, Joel Gardner, sharing mood and moment, how I see color.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's so good to be here. I have been doing photography for quite a long time, and it all started when I was a kid. And basically, my dad said he's blind as a bat, Joan, and my mother said, let's get him a camera. So that's how that happened. And initially, I got interested in form and in shapes, and of course, in the old days, you had black and white and you had color. Now it's all this other stuff. It can be whatever it is. And I really noticed that they both work in my brain in the same way, in that it seems to me that when I see something, I feel something. Stieglitz had this concept of equivalence, and he photographed all these clouds over Lake George that were reflecting his emotions. I find that color and black and white and photography, when they're seen in the present moment and you feel that presence, that's when I get the camera out. I'm not really interested in making it look great in Photoshop. I'm not saying I don't correct the colors or make it look like what I saw. This was the first summer I was back here after 30 years away. I just saw this over the lake from the beach on Shelburne Farms, and I thought to myself, what is that? You'll see that those last three images were of the lake, and none of them are the same color. Color isn't really a property of things. Color is a property of our interaction. This one is a standard, I call this my Walgreens color balance card, because that's my son on the right side, and the woman he'll marry at 40 if neither of them are married. They ski a lot together, so who knows how that will work out. And this one is my wife, and here I realize she's a mermaid, because you'll see there's a real kind of resonance between her hair and the rock out there in the water, and she seems to be facing that and not me. So I had a little concern, but the colors are just beautiful. It's something to walk around with a camera or even a phone. This is taken with an iPhone at a friend's house where it was his wife's birthday party, and she's an extrovert, and he is not. So I found him in his study, just having a quiet moment to himself. And, you know, it was just like this rich little pause between us. And I said, can I take your picture? Eric Aho is a wonderful painter. We're doing a project with him. We did not fall through the ice on the Kennebec River. We went out to cut a hole in the ice with his grandfather's Finnish ice saw and ice tongs, and then he painted it. And my boots filled with water. This is my friend Paul and his daughter. And this is one of those moments where there's a little motion blur. I'm moving the camera probably as much as they're moving together, but that mood of love and sort of resonance of feeling is just something that, you know, when you are lucky enough to be in its presence, it's nice to be able to have it. Black and white again, and again here, it's sort of the feeling of the past, and the feeling of this moment is this moment that will be past. You know, when your sons are growing up or family members are getting older, you know that you're capturing something that's in constant motion. And I think that's something that photography does very well. And this is that blazing and brilliant contrast of joy. Dale here, a friend of mine from a job I had, was in New York, and I called her, and she joined me for the Alvin Ailey exhibit there. And she loves Alvin Ailey. She did a PhD thesis on Alvin Ailey, dissertation, I guess you'd say. And my mother, what can you say? She's got some amber going on there. There's a lot of amber in her life. But again, the color, the mood, and strange little blue flowers in the background. This is a B&B in Bennington, Vermont. Here, you definitely get the feeling I was leaving work, I was tired, and I come up and I see this extraordinary sunset. And thankfully, the person with the stop sign just said, stop. Just stop. This is it. So I did. I really had no choice. My friend Alistair Dacey, another painter. I hang around with a lot of painters, which is sort of strange. But anyway, he's doing plein air. He's a master of plein air. This is on Shelburne Farms. I'm not sure he approves of having his photograph taken. But we worked together some on, while he was doing a portrait, I did a lot of filming of him interviewing his subjects. And here, this is, I think you'd call it trompe-l'oeil, only it's more truck-l'oeil. I don't know whether the one on the wall is the grandparent of the truck in the foreground. They're not quite the same truck. But this was around the corner from where we lived in Newton, and I'd go by it every day and see that. Here, this is sort of an underexposed and sad picture of peonies. I love peonies. They always, though, suggest to me how fleeting summer will be. And here, a little bit of underexposure. You get those sort of flat blacks as opposed to deep blacks, and a little bit more of a painterly quality. And this is actually compost. And I like to think that Bruegel got his start doing painting of compost, because I look down and I'm like, what is going on here? There's nothing really so compelling as just seeing what you're seeing, and sometimes a tool is a camera. Others maybe meditate and find their way to presence that way. These are the garbage men, and they're the ones who collect all the bad photographs that I take, and they take them to a barn in Glover, Vermont, and I think they put them in parades or something. Bleach them all white first. That's a really special place. And these are a family group that I came across, or this is a family group I came across on my way back from a trip out to Isle La Motte on my motorcycle. It was a really gorgeous evening, and I just turned down to see them there and realized, you know, we all came here for the same thing. And this is Revancouleur. This is the great whale in the sky. This is Appledore Island. I've been lucky enough to do a lot of filmmaking at the Isles of Shoals at the Appledore Island for the Shoals Marine Lab. And every now and then I just stop and look. So thank you. Thank you all for coming. And appreciate you.